A warm welcome to Chris McCoy from Estate Preservation Agency. You're calling us from Michigan, right?
That is correct. Yes, sir. From
Wonderful.
Brighton, Michigan.
Brighton, Michigan.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Chris, welcome to the Master AI Disruption podcast. Yeah, we had an exciting conversation about AI and everything that it does for your agency. So, I'm really excited to hear what you have to say with us. So, why don't we start with your story of origin? What got you here, pretty much?
Beautiful, beautiful. So kind of ironic, my foundation is in actual intelligence, very human, behavioral transformation is the work that I did a lot of my foundational work in, helping people work on, transforming their behaviors, in sales, also executive coaching and a lot in culture work across the country. And so now I'm focused in life and health insurance. As I taught sales for a long time, I figured I wanted to get back into that realm of business in a way where I could really serve a big group of the people, and that is our senior groups, the baby boomers, the biggest group of people turning into Medicare right now. So found myself in life and health insurance about 7 years ago, and I've been dabbling back and forth, and now took a role about 3 years full time, doing business development and sales for life and health insurance. Now also getting my RA, my financial advisor license as well. So.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, makes sense, right? Yeah, planning. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Estate Preservation Agency. It's a nationwide agency.
So the FMO is a Golden Age Marketing, and they're a nationwide agency. The State Preservation Agency is the agency that's that they really work with their brokers on. So they also have outsourced brokers, but then they have an in-house brokers. We have over just under 50 agents around the U.S. We've got about, in our small group of three, which is a group within a state preservation agency, we have about 1,000 clients. It's just under 100 million in AUM managed money as my financial advisor partner. And like I said, we have agents all over the country. We've kind of been in a little bit of a rebuild the last few years, which has been very fortunate with us in this AI conversation. I'm really looking to grow those numbers here in the coming years.
Okay. Wonderful. So you've been in the industry for a while now, Chris. What have you observed? What's your personal?
Sure. I mean, there's so many different types of companies in this small, big individuals. You can be a solopreneur in the life and health insurance industry, and you can be a part of a big vehicle. There's a lot. And what I've found is a lot of those groups that are in that mid-range, smaller to mid-sized businesses, they have a lot of similarities with just professional services industries. They found a way that business made sense. They stuck in that, and they don't break a lot of things, or they don't fix a lot of things 'cause a lot of things aren't broken. A lot of people survive around referrals. A lot of people, work the way they've worked in the past and stick with that. And so you don't see a lot of the evolutions of these industries until you get newer blood in. But I saw a lot of opportunity for AI to increase our ability to spend more time serving clients. And that has been the hardest thing for any great sales job is you want to spend more time selling.
Sure.
This is the most difficult thing. And with all the compliance and with all the different, hoops to jump through and trainings that you have to do every year and all these different things, it's hard to just have time to go see the clients. And that's the one thing when I got in here, I really wanted to optimize.
Hmm. Wonderful. Wonderful. So tell us from the perspective of your leadership, what's the next level of EPA, of estate?
Absolutely. So one of the things I realize is that, I'm 48 years old, and I've seen some transitions of different things. I'm part of that generation that got to go from no computers and no cell phones to those things. And so it's been an evolution. And one thing I've noticed is those who are smaller and limber are usually able to evolve quicker and faster. And that is one of the things that I've noticed when I got involved in this organization. Like, oh, yeah, well, there's a lot of good things that are working, and there's not a lot of pieces that are in the way. So being a smaller and more limber company, I feel like there is a lot of opportunity for us to take advantage of an opportunity that's one, the largest group of people retiring right now. Turning 65 is the largest in the history of Medicare in the United States, and that's going to happen for the next 8 to 10 years.
Yes. Yes.
And so that's a huge opportunity, and also the huge opportunity is to take advantage of AI in this new evolving technology that is going to the faster you can adopt, the faster you can embrace, the sooner you make it to a place of optimization that I don't think we've ever seen before. And I think it
Mhm.
is almost we talk about it's a race to, AI, all race for the countries, but it's also a race for businesses to be able to adopt and to integrate.
For sure, for sure. So those it's a good combination, right? To have a growing market on the one hand for 10 years ahead, that brings you to 58. Okay. And sorry, I mean
No,
it's a
I'm still on schedule for that big plan of retiring by 58, you know?
and then on the other end, you have this amazing force called AI that helps you do more of what you're supposed to do, which is being in contact with clients to sell, cross-sell, upsell, and serve always more with everything that you have to offer. So tell us a bit more. So do you work in teams? Do you work solo? How do you
We
use
are
AI? Yeah,
Yeah, that's a great question. Most agents are individual agents. That is it's very much like a network marketing model where everybody's their own business within a business.
yeah,
And with our group, we operate with three people. We had one guy who just was really, really good, built up such a business, but then couldn't grow and scale it from there, wanted to, and needed help support. So we kind of came in and we're kind of building a new model in that way. But with AI, what I've noticed is the tools. I kind of came in with let's build the business kind of framework because I came in as a partner of the team. And so, but also as an agent. So I had a little bit different perspective than most people. And so I would imagine most agents who are already successful, they're like, what else do I need to do? They're like, I'm just going to sustain. I don't want to break this model. Maybe they've got retirement in the future, or maybe they're within a system where they don't have an opportunity to change the things around them. They operate within a community structure, because one of the other big challenges that when you use AI another model, is you're limited to what you can do because of compliance.
yeah.
We're using a lot of customer data and a lot of that stuff, we don't want to let other
Of course.
systems outside of our system have access to. So there's a lot of barriers of what you can do. And so to really, like, as I said, to get the whole, machine to slow down, pick up some new systems and start moving in is very difficult.
Yeah.
So that is one of the things that we're looking at, one of the challenges that we're looking at, and yeah, so,
So is it a technical issue or is it a team issue or both?
no, it is the team
Challenge
issues
or
that
both?
come up are team utilization, but I don't s those were more coming up in the very beginning when we were trying to use tools with AI. It's hard to break a good agent to use, "Oh, hey, now use this tool, and now use this tool. Don't forget to open this app when you have your meetings so you can transcribe." It's additional things start to distract agents and take them away from selling, and it's hard to break those patterns. Those
Yeah.
were our team aspects. Our technology aspects are really it's designating someone to build something on the back end,
Yeah.
and designating that time and energy, and then it becomes the as you said, the obstacles are then, all right, well, we can't use the easy tools that everybody's using. We now maybe need to use our own tool on our own in-house
Yeah.
unit. Then it
Yeah.
becomes, so we kind of went forward like, ooh, it's really nice over here in the AI world. And I'm like, all right, everybody take a step back. We got to do this the right way.
And when you said you I'll say a few questions for you. So you said you're a partner, okay? So explain to me what that means compared to other colleagues that you have. And then second, so you step back, so that means that you work with agencies to help you design those systems or how okay, so those are two
What
questions.
the first question again, please?
You said I
As a partner, as a partner. So I came in. Part of my role was to execute on behalf of maintaining the existing book of business.
okay.
So one, increasing our client support, optimizing our client communication, outreach, all those, automate some of our outreach. We were really thinking automation first.
Yes.
And then, once you go from automation, well, you think, all right, well, now we take a step back because why don't we instead, because you hear all this talk about AI agents. So
Mhm.
we started going from automation systems to, hey, why don't we create an agent to or designate an agent to handle these things?
Yeah.
Like program the agent with these types of automations or systems or processes. Then we
Mhm.
said, okay, well, let's do that. But then it became, oh, we can't give access to our data and our clients' data to them, which then limits our ability to use them. So now we are actually working on, we bought a big old expensive computer and put some AI on our own platform, on our own computer, on our own hardware, so that
Mhm.
we can then program it with data, our own data, give it access to our own clients' data, and then give it, give it a little bit more free resources to execute the things that we want it to execute,
Mhm.
and which then keeps everything in one place, which it
Yeah.
makes it a
Yeah.
lot easier for our teams to use.
Yes.
And right now we've been very fortunate. We have one guy who's just had a passion for AI, and he has taken on that AI samurai role within our office and doing what he can. Now there is the challenges that we have. Well, you ask somebody who's never built this type of thing before, what time frame are we looking at? And then they just freeze because they're like, I don't know what I don't know. 6 months, 9 months, a year, it's very much their learning. So there has to be a lot of trust and faith from the management team on that side to designate that resource. I've also spoken with another company recently on the outside who proposed, they work with network marketing companies, which would also be agents, but they come in and they say, give us 60 grand up front. We'll give you free customer service or support for 10 years, and we'll give you all of our upgrades, and you pay $27 an agent. So this is one proposal I just heard recently. And so in but really what they sounded like they want to do is just mass market social media because it's the network marketing. And then that just feels so icky and wrong and not where we
Yeah.
want to go. And so it's kind of the Wild West right now. We're figuring things out. There are, and if you need to do it, it's almost you have to take steps, and it's like investing. When you put a little money into
Mm.
investment, you see the return, you say,
That
okay,
that's
this
what
thing
I that's
works now. I gotta let me put some more money in, and then you get that proof. And I think that's where people are right now.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
that's where we are as right now as well.
Yeah, yeah. That's the only way I believe in it,
Yeah.
because what we've observed is like, yes, there is adoption of AI, but then there is adaptation, changing the way you think.
What questions you ask. This is the whole thing that we're
Yeah.
learning. Like you have to learn how to ask questions differently.
Yeah, and even think about the process of creating value. And because the lines have been changed, some things that were absolutely not possible are possible. And that changes the way you run your day and the way you run your relationships and the way you can actually go after markets and so on and so forth. So it's,
I did a question workshop one time. It was about supporting companies to break patterns, break thought processes, break norms.
yeah,
And a lot of these questions we went back to now, or what if anything was possible?
yeah,
What if you could be everywhere all at once, all the same time? Like asking questions that make you think of things that you've never even thought of before that seem stupid to even ask, but now seem possible is kind of baffling.
yeah, it's remarkable. So what I'm hearing is what's in the way is the possibilities in a way. Yeah,
So our challenges, compliance, you
yeah,
know, making sure because you can't just put a social media agent on something. You have to have a review process built
yeah,
in. You have to have
yeah,
all these different things. So compliance is one of our challenges. Time and how fast technology and this I don't even know what you call is AI just a technology? It's so weird to even talk about. Like, it's not anything that we've ever dealt
yeah,
with before. It
yeah,
it needs its own a pronoun. But I don't know if it's how fast it's evolving, how fast the capabilities and resources are changing. So what one offer may have been viable, valuable, and
I
and
know.
cost effective yesterday is no longer today, and that's
Totally.
difficult for
Yeah,
corporate.
of course, of course. So when you say this management, so you're part of management, right?
I am, yes, I'm a part of the management team. I'm not an executive or a C level, but yes, I work with our executive team on our business, our basically business development and marketing lead.
Yeah, but through structures also, if I'm hearing like through, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Not only simply phone calls and more, and yeah, but also
No,
reflecting on what is the infrastructure that supports that business development and marketing.
100%. And it's also working with people who have these guys have been in the business for 30, 40 years, and they've had success with what they're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, I know.
And they're now in the time where they're getting to their retirement ages, and they're like, "Why do we wanna break something that we built took so long to build up?" And, it's not very difficult, but it's a slow process
Yeah.
for them as well. So it takes time for us to convince them, then for them to have the understanding, and then to bring in then the other resources to then have those conversations. So all those things take time, especially when we're all doing this to get more time anyways.
Yeah, yeah, I get
That's
it.
that's the other big challenge is like, all right, let's add a whole nother division to our company because we all have so much time. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But
So,
But it is the slow down to speed up.
No,
No, this,
absolutely.
we all know.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's very much very, very true. Yeah, yeah. The old fable, the hare and the turtle, right?
But it's in the hair,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
exactly, and we're seeing that now because you can waste a lot of money, you can make some very bad mistakes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Automating social media, I mean, I've seen brands do it so many times where and you've just whitewashed your brand so quickly and so fast. All the credibility you took to build up is then just gone.
Yeah,
And man, that could happen so quick by mistakenly misplace someone's data or by trusting an AI that you have not taken the time to set up all the steps and check processes and also not reviewed yourself. There's a lot of easy ways to make mistakes when things move fast.
absolutely. 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 So then the next question, let's say you have a magic wand, okay, that
Ooh.
you could wave. What is it that you've changed from an operational standpoint and from a growth engine standpoint?
Can I use that magic wand outside of this conversation too? I got some other things I want to work on too. But let's see. All right, if I had a magic wand, what would I change right now? I would if I had a magic wand right now, I would have a team working on this. I mean, I would fast forward 6 months to where we at least have built the AI agents that we have that can help build something faster. Something anything that would do to accelerate.
Okay.
Anything that would do to accelerate this, and also, yeah, I mean, that's the thing right now for me because it's hard, especially in our situation where we are trying to grow our automation, we are trying to do these things.
Yeah.
Almost like we have to set a lot of that stuff down because I don't wanna do congruent work, which it's like building 2 bridges to the same place, which I know this one's way better, so
Yeah.
why am I building the other one right now? So, it's really kind of planning and structuring, but really having an accelerator button on this would be nice.
Accelerator. That's interesting. Okay. Sure. All right. Well, okay. Then one last message that you would like to leave our audience with about estates
As
preservation.
an agency. Yeah, absolutely. So, listen, we are a health and life insurance agency, and we are people you can trust. And I think this is the role that is going to play out in the world today. AI technology, it's always there. You just need somebody that you can trust to help you use it, and someone that you can trust to help you know when you're using it wrong. And there's a bunch of great tools out there, a bunch of great resources. We have access to them, we have the knowledge about them, and we'd love to be your trusted resource for those things. And if you are out there and you don't have a person that you trust with your finances or your health or life insurance, get one. You need
Hmm.
one person that you can trust. Trust that person. In the next 3 to 5 years, they're going to be using all the technology that you could be using. The only value they will have is that they can tell you when you're not using it.
Wonderful. Okay. Do the right choice. Do the right
Yeah.
thing.
Do the
Okay.
right.
So, Estate Preservation Agency, the website is EPA digit one, EPA1.com.
EPA1.com will be our combined because we are a state preservation agency and estate performance advisors is also our financial advisor side of the company. So estatepreservation.com and
Okay.
estateperformance.com. You can find us there. And I am at Chris at EPA1.com. I knew
One.
you say that already, but I figured I'd get it already,
No,
Francis.
no, no.
And you can
EPA.
search that on LinkedIn, Christopher McCoy. I'm on there as well.
Okay.
Please use me as a resource. Would love to help.
Okay. Wonderful. Really appreciate that. Thank you so very much, Chris. I really
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
very much. It was an honor to be a guest. I appreciate all you're doing.
And likewise. And likewise.